Hello everyone, are you ready for another adventure? It's me, Woki, and I'm back with another Fake Grand Order video. And what are we going to be doing today? It's time for some more Interlude catch-up. That's right, I'm going to be doing some interludes that I need to get done, because I have a butt-fuck ton of them to do. 33. There's not much currently going on in FGO. I'm currently waiting for news, and I'm also going to be busy with work, so this is a good way to just kind of stack up some videos in the meantime. So that's going to be today's video. I hope you like it. Let's see, whose interlude should we do today? Who would be a good one to kind of get done? I feel like the ones that have buffs tied to them, I probably should. But you know, I'm just gonna start from the list. I'm gonna go here. Beni-Enma, I love my little bird girl. Let's go with her. It's been a bit. A typical breakfast. Oh, there we go. I thought for a second I wasn't recording. I realized it was desktop audio. It's fine. Good morning. I'm glad to see you up and about this early, Master. I know you spent a lot of time at Caldea on standby, but that's exactly why it's important for you to maintain a good routine. Chirp. That means no staying up late, no midnight snacks, and no snoozing your alarm. Nighttime is for getting plenty of rest so you can wake up refreshed and ready to go the next day. It's unfortunate that some heroic spirits still have yet to learn these lessons. But I'm very glad to see that you understand their importance, Master. You're the sort of person I'd want for my co-proprietor. There you go. Want for my co-proprietor. It's no wonder you managed to restore all of humanity. Co-proprietor. Chirp. I'm so sorry. That just slipped out. Kiyohime has been raving about your accomplishments ever since I formed a contract with you. And I was just so proud that I guess I got a little carried away. Chirp. Anyway, this won't do it all. We can't spend all day conversing, no matter how pleasant it might be. Come on, Master, it's time for breakfast. We have some lovely fish this morning, thanks to Lady Sion. We also have hot, freshly cooked rice for carbohydrates, and for the main dish, simmered sardines and pickled plums, with a side of crenistatheum greens. Cooking at the Wandering Seas has been wonderful. We're spoiled for choice when it comes to seafood. Though I am a little uneasy that I still don't know exactly how Lady Sion is acquiring these fish. Anyway, as nice as fish can be, it would be certainly get boring if we had to have it every day, so I will make sure to bring back some mountain veggies and a wild game the next time I go back to the Enmatai. Or the Enmatai. Now go on, eat up. You're still a growing girl after all. Don't mind if I do. Yeah. I'm glad to see you like this new seasoning. Taking notes. Mukyu Fo? Special translation. What are you staring at? Oh, so you were under Master's bed, Lord Fo. Well, please, don't mind me. It's just an old habit, a bad habit of mine. Would you like something to eat too? Lady Sion told me you love bacon. You may look like the auspicious Quilin of ancient China, but you are nothing like them, are you? Shilin? I guess that's Shilin. I forget that the Q sound in Chinese usually is the ch sound. But you are nothing like them, are you? Don't worry, that doesn't bother me. The sparrows got me used to dealing with strange and unusual animals. I don't know exactly where you came from. Well, it's a whole story. Read Singularity 1. But I appreciate that you are doing such a good job at keeping Lady Woki safe. That's right, I'm safe. Today is breakfast. 8:12 a.m. Kyofo. I wonder what's keeping the sparrow lady. I hope she's okay. It certainly isn't like Madame Benny to not follow her own advice about maintaining good routines. Even if something urgent had come up or she had overslept, she wouldn't surely have let you know. She would have surely let you know. For the fact that she hasn't just Indeed, I have a bad feeling about this as well. I'm worried we may end up missing breakfast, the most important meal of the day. Fo-fo. Fian McCool! Yes, it is I, the star of the Celtic mythology, the bright hero of the Finnan cycle. I am the golden-haired McCool. The man who is beautiful in all endeavors. Does that about cover it? Yes. If you're wondering why did I delay on there, yes, I was fighting every urge in me to call him Come Hail, but that is not how you say his name apparently. Fofo. It seems you still don't know about the disturbance that took place here last night, Master. Fill her in, would you, dear Mood? Leave it to me, my lord. I will be both brief and concise. You see, Master, there was a disturbing incident in the cafeteria last night. As I'm sure you know, meals at Chaldea have not been what most would consider normal for some time now. Thanks to the Chaldea staff's hard work. There we go, and some creativity on behalf of the chef heroic spirits. The food here now provides heroic spirits with the magical energy we need to remain materialized. Providing such food was always a goal, but it was only through Madame Beni that it became a reality. It is the Emitai in the land of fairies, or the Sage Realm, as I believe it's called in other countries, that has been providing us with ingredients that can nurture spirit bodies as well as physical ones. As a result, there have been more servants flocking to the cafeteria now than ever before. It was there that this incident took place. A number of servants came down with diarrhea it's not funny. All at once, as though they had all been food poisoned. Last I heard, all of the heroic spirits who had eaten there last night are still moaning in bed, their bodies unable to break down the poison. Just the worst case of diarrhea going through Chaldea right now. That is why we are here now, Master, to keep you safe from the nefarious poisoner. Who's given the diarrhea to everyone? Ha ha! There you have it, Master. But please, no need to concern yourself with us. We don't have diarrhea, if you're asking. I'm perfectly okay. To be honest, we were looking forward to the Madam's breakfast just as much as you. Indeed, it was thanks to her cooking that we enjoyed our days working at the Emitai as much as we did. All that aside, it's unsettling that Madame Beni-Enma is apparently nowhere to be found. I'm afraid my suspicions would seem to be correct. Sounds like we'd better go check on her. Wait, Chirp! You can't go to the Madam's room now, Chirp! I wish I could cover it up, but we sparrows are no good at fibbing, so I'm just going to tell you that the food poisoning last night is Madam's fault, Chirp. She gave diarrhea to everyone. Chirp, I'd rather you not see her now, Wokey. It would only make her feel even worse, Chirp. Fo. Is that true, Lord Sparrow? I can't believe a chef of Madame Beni's skill would make an egregious error in cooking. Massive diarrhea spikes everywhere. No, Chirp. Of course she didn't cook the dish that made all those people sick, Chirp. But she's still responsible for it, Chirp. She's the one who mismanaged the ingredients, Chirp. What do you mean, Chirp? I see, so she made an administrative mistake. True, knowing the Madam, I can see how she would feel personally responsible. While you and I, indeed, most people may not hold her responsible, I doubt the same is true for her, given her own high standards for herself. Tell me, young Sparrow, would the Madam happen to be at Rashomon now, by any chance? Chirp? How did you know, Fion? Is that salmon still swimming around in your head, Chirp? Hardly. I just figured that if any servant were to do something like that, it would be her. It's not unlike stacking blocks on top of one another, or words in this case. Once they've arranged properly, it's easy for anyone to see what they mean. Wokey, as Lady Beni-Enma's master, you must know a fair amount of her story. If not, I'm going to tell you this right now, right here. Okay, get ready. So, she is one of the most well-known heroic spirits in Japanese folklore. The tongue-cut sparrow, was it? Her history is quite long and storied, so let's take the events of her life one at a time. She was sold to a brothel at a young age, where she was forced to endure horrific treatment at her employer's hands. They crushed her throat, cut off her tongue. So on the brink of death, she summoned up the last of her strength to escape. In my reading of the tale, I don't see this escape as her risking her life. Rather, I think she simply wanted to choose where she would die for herself. After all, she must have known her little broken-down body would never last through the night. And as fate would have it, when she ran into the mountains, she ended up wandering into a Mayoga? Something like that? A haunted house that tested anyone who entered it and killed them if they failed. There she met her end. She died all by herself without a single comforting word. It must have been a sad and lonesome end to her life. This is a big bummer from the diarrhea mentioned most previously. But as I believe they say in your country, one person's trash is another person's treasure. A Jizuo, a kind of deity in Japan that looks after children, took pity on her and reincarnated her into a lesser hell as a sparrow oni. It is here I feel I should remind you that time does not exist in hell the way it does in our world. Although the little girl we now know as Beni-Enma died during Japan's Edo period, she was reincarnated in hell before the Edo period had even begun. I expect that was done to cleanse her of her human karma, to truly wipe her slate clean, so to speak. In time, this red sparrow oni forgot about her life as a human and went on to become a hard worker in hell. She did everything from helping to guide souls across the Sanzo River to looking after the tormentor demons in children's limbo. Sanzu? Word of the hard-working sparrow traveled all across hell until eventually Great King Enma adopted her as his child. From there, he lovingly trained her in the art of Batojutsu, where she learned to cut off the tongues of anyone caught lying, and raised her into a judge overseeing hell itself. He was so proud of her accomplishments that he gave her his personal Enma ledger and sage cloak. Nice-ass cloak. And so Beni-Enma, the tongue-cut sparrow who caused even Great Oni to quake in fear, was born. However, although Great King Enma was very happy with her skills, he must not have cared for the idea of his darling daughter being a dreaded arbiter of hell, because he soon ordered her to oversee the Mayoga back on the surface. In time, the Mayoga left to her care because of the Sparrow's Inn described in Japanese folklore, which she ran under the name Enmatai. However, at some point, for some reason or other, she went down to visit a nearby human village and ended up captured and tortured by a human. The details are the same as what's depicted in the tale of the tongue-cut sparrow. At any rate, that is a story I learned at the Enmatai of how Lady Beni-Enma came to be who she is. Does that sound right to you, little sparrow? How do you know so much about her, Chirp? Have you been stalking her, Chirp? It's because I support the Enmatai wholeheartedly. There aren't many safe otherworldly places humans can stumble into, after all. Now then, Wokey, Mood, is there anything that stood out to you in my recounting of Madame Benny's story? Don't be shy, anything at all will do. The fact that she used to be a human, I am curious what an Enma ledger is and a little on her history. Sure, go with that. You've never heard of Great King Enma's Enma ledger before, Chirp? It's the notebook that describes everything a dead souls did during their lifetime, Chirp. That's why they can't lie to him, because the ledger always contains the truth, Chirp. That ledger reveals all the sins one committed while they were alive. It's the final weapon of hell, Chirp. She was not originally born to Oni kind. She was a human who was transformed into one. And so the Enma ledger is a treasure containing untold amount of top-secret information. By stacking these words together, we are soon reminded of a certain heroic spirit. Ibaraki Doji, a leader of the Oni and thieves, and above all, an Oni who remains decidedly unrepentant. The way I see it, it was only a matter of time before she made some sort of move on the good madam. If I may, Fian McCool, there's actually one more thing from Madame Benny's backstory that stood out to me. You said that her tongue was cut out back when she was human. Has it been restored now that she's a heroic spirit? I'm afraid not, dear Mood, and it never will be. You see, her tongue being cut is an inexorable factor in her being a heroic spirit. That's why it can never be restored, no matter what sort of healing spells one might try. For if it were, that would mean by definition that she was no longer the tongue-cut sparrow. Then in that case, how does she season her cooking? Needless to say, it's impossible to taste without a tongue, so if she's still missing hers... I can't believe that never occurred to me before. Good question. Madame Benny is indeed missing her sense of taste, which is of course a huge disadvantage for a chef. So I cannot help but deeply respect the fact that she has become such an expert in the kitchen that she now has her own cooking classes. At any rate, I think that covers everything I need to tell you before we begin. Standing by and letting Madame Beni fight this difficult battle alone would go against every principle I hold dear. Come, master, what do you say we go poke our noses into her business? Alright, that's the start of it, and funny enough, I think that's probably where I'll end it, and then I'll do the actual finish of it for the next video. Probably because I need to start getting ready for work. I did end up recording this a little bit later, but I think that's fine. I think it'll probably work out that way when I finish it up. Hello everyone, it's future Wokey here after work, deciding to actually just finish off Beni-Enma's story because I looked up everywhere else and saw that it was only a 30-minute long interlude, so let's continue forward. It's going to be funny if this actually takes up longer because of the way I read. Alright, let's go. Next part. When we entered Ibaraki Doji's room, it was Japanese. We found it had turned into a singularity from that time. A reality marble, Ibaraki Doji's mindscape is manifesting as an alternate world. Then is this the power of Madame Beni's precious Enma ledger at work? Of course, it may not be as powerful as a Holy Grail, but as a magical tool once possessed by the great king of hell himself, who gave it to his daughter, it's still nothing to be trifled with. So an Oni of some renown would be well within her means to use it for something like this. Isn't that right, Lord Tawara? A bring of the rice. Indeed, this bounded field was Oni created. It must be Mayoga connecting reality and the afterworld. It may not bear a grudge, but it's still permeated with a kind of gloom. And this smell, is that alcohol? No, wait, I think it's Azuki? Ugh, that damn Ibaraki Doji. She trying to go back to her old Oni ways? Chirp, who's this guy, Chirp? Since he's carrying a bag of rice, I'm guessing he's from the rice shop, Chirp? Though from the way he's bearing his chest, he might just be some kind of pervert, Chirp. I don't think he's that. Sparrow, you're close-minded. I don't fuck with you like that. Leave my mans alone. If you're just here to make a delivery, would you mind using the back entrance by the kitchen, Chirp? What? Sparrow, don't you know who this is? Haha, right you are. Look at that. That's barely any chest. Are you trying to tell me this man is sensual right now? Think about it. Haha, right you are. Making deliveries is hard work. Sometimes it's just easier to do it with your shirt off. Lord MacCool there asked if I could help, and since I had nothing better to do, I readily agreed. Oh, you can just call me Rice Guy, by the way. That's all the name I need here. Oh, and one more thing, make sure you don't tell the madam about me, alright? That goes for you too, Wokey, and whatever you do, do not reveal my true name here. Okay, I can do that, but why not? Oh, let's not get into that now. It's not really a topic for polite company, you see, and more importantly... What's up, Rice Man? It looks like they're wasting no time rolling out the welcome wagon for us. I see a saber, a lancer, an archer. It's quite the opponent assortment. Haha, I take it you saw that sort of thing coming when you asked for my help? Alright then, I'll go ahead and take care of the saber Oni. It would make for a good warm-up for my bow before we teach the big kahuna a lesson. I'll handle the lancer Oni. Fee and McCool, would you deal with the Oni bringing up the rear? Of course. Alright, Master, let's see how well you can command all three of us. Please let me just have a fight with only these three as my party members. Let's go. Zero cost. Let's do it. Shura Cave Beekeeper, Hell's Hall Egg White Reincarnation, Leading Manu. Okay. See, does anyone have like special buff ups? No, they don't. Let's see, he's quick. He's Okay. I'll go here, I guess, because he has two. Let's get the rice a-flowing. Nice. Nice toss. Nice toss. Bad follow-through at the end. Okay. Let's see who's got most of their stuff up. Quite the predicament we got here. I kind of want to work on this guy a little bit, so I'm going to go here. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to go here. I remembered Fion has an ability that actually should make it a little bit easier. No, are you kidding me? They have bad Makul? They didn't give him any of his fucking buffs? This is a travesty. They should have just let me use my own if that's the case. They're asking you to play with fucking a Lodge game Fion. Insanity. Let's go here. This might actually be legitimately tough. But it's okay. I think I have 3 command seals, so it should be fine. If things go really bad. Okay, so if I remember right, he's an AoE. Deal damage to all enemies, okay, so I can use that. This is a... Okay, everyone has their stuff available. So I'm gonna go here. Go here. I think there's literally no stopping, so I'm gonna go here. And see how it goes. The first 2 are AoEs, so if I'm lucky, I'll get the other ones. But it's likely I'm not going to be lucky on this one. These guys have a lot of health. Alright, that was a little bit better. But then this is not going to be enough, I don't think, to even get rid of the middle guy. I take that back. That wasn't too bad. It could have been way worse. I think I handled that with perfect. And then the rice man's gonna bring up the rice. There we go, there we go, there we go. Now I just need Fion to kill his side of the bargain. And then we're good. Dear Mood, I need you to not die. Okay. I don't think this is enough. But it's close. Stop targeting him. There we go. That's much better. I'm gonna see if I can get Fion to get the main kill on this one, but I don't think he can deal 6,000. He did! There we go. Everything perfectly balanced as it should be. Let's continue on. Final node. Let's do it. I was not expecting him to be that tough. Is the affinity between an Oni and Hell, Chirp? It's the affinity between an Oni and Hell, Chirp. They make for an almost unbeatable combination, Chirp. Talk about having the home ground advantage. This just means that the treasure Ibaraki Doshi stole from the madam really is. Indeed, the only thing that would let her command Oni this powerful is Madam Beni-Enma's ledger. This is much worse than I anticipated. No wonder this is beyond Lady Beni-Enma's capacity. I'm not sure the 4 of us together are up to the task. Come on, we need to make sure the madam is safe. I just hope we're not too late. That'd be a real bummer. This is how Beni-Enma met her fate. Died in an interlude. Crazy. Haha, this heat, these flames. How do you like my new unstoppable power? I didn't used to put much stock into these old tales about trials and judgments in hell, but this one turned out to be way better than I expected. You're even more of a fool than I thought, Ibaraki. I see I have no choice but to sever both of your arms. In Jaku Nobori, Hina, followed by Oroshikaze. Try these sparrow whirlwinds on for size. Whoa. She dodged it. Damn, she's down. Haha, too easy. So much for your vaunted sparrow swordplay. I usually couldn't keep up with the sword strokes that fast, but it looks like my body just moves on its own now. In fact, Ultra Instinct. I can't stop it from moving. What's going on? I'm starting to scare me. Is this because I misuse Enma's ledger? Am I getting my own Jigoku desserts? But why? All I did was try 1, okay 3, okay 10 secret techniques from it. She's so done with her. I had a feeling things might turn out this way. You become a textbook example of digging your own grave. I'm amazed someone as thoughtless as you was ever able to lead a gang of Oni. I guess you must be one of those Onis whose true talents only shine when they've got lesser ones working for them. Never mind the psychoanalysis. Help me out here. My back muscles are so sore they feel like they're gonna burst. I do want to be a great Oni, but I don't want to end up as one of those tormentors of hell that's all muscles. I'm sorry, Red Lady Oni. I'll take it all back if I could. I should have known better than to steal. So please help me, save me. I'll give you your ledger right back, I promise. What in the world's going on here? Master? Lord Fion? Lord Dearmood? What are you all doing here, and who is... Rice. Hello there, heroic spirit I've never seen before. Are you here from the rice shop? Haha, sure, let's go with that. We heard you were in danger, madam, so we came to help. What were you thinking, Gokon? I thought I told you not to tell Master about this. I can clean up my own mess. I didn't tell him anything, madam. Chirp. Fionma figured it out on his own. Chirp. Watching him in action was like watching a beautiful salmon surging upstream. Chirp. It makes me wonder if he might be one that once beat the captain or commander or something of a large organization in his own day. Chirp. Haha, come now, you're exaggerating. I wouldn't say I did anything special at all. That said, I do like to think I'm a reasonable man. If you wish to spread those rumors far and wide, who am I to stop you? Anyway, I'm afraid they'll just have to resign yourself to accepting your fate, Madam Beni. I've already figured out about 80% of the situation anyway. And good luck getting Master and the others to go back to their rooms before this matter is dealt with. You know it. You know? I see. Well, this is Lord Fion's idea. I guess I'm in no position to refuse. Chirp, I'll even go ahead and make a formal request. Would you lend a hand in killing Ibaraki Doji? What? I just asked you to stop me, not kill me. I'm not even going to drop anything this time. Oh, I guess this is from the event where everyone was grinding to destroy her. Man, those are good days, man. I remember the Ibaraki grind. That was so much fun. I'm gonna give her the Black Grail. No. No. Stop. I'll give her something that will actually be... I mean, Black Grail is good, but if you have the supports for it, I don't have any of the fucking supports. I've got, like, no support on my team. I've got a situation at hand. That's what I've got. I've got a Fian McCool who hasn't been leveled up in any capacity. FGO says, you know what? That's good enough. Send him out. It's like, are you sure? I mean, like... I don't know how... I think he's aged pretty okay at this point. But to be fair, it has been a bit since I've used him. But I still think that him with his buffs would have been much better than no buff having as. There it is. There's Panting of Summer. Can I not? Oh, come on. Please just let me use... He's not even full 10, 10, 10. They got a... I have a 10, 10, 10 Fian McCool. And he's NP5. I don't need an NP2. What the fuck is this? Whatever. Whatever, man. When reaching 0 revives, so I have to get rid of the items. Okay. I have to be careful because one of these will buff restores enemies, and this one also restores HP. NPC would be nice, but do I need it right now? I can use this. This increases crit strength, but I don't really need it right now, so it's fine to kind of go a little bit there. Okay. Ow. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna use this right now. Okay. So I can get her stuff up a little bit. She only needs a little bit more. If they could attack her just a little bit, that'd be really nice, but they're not going to because they're a bunch of fucking haters. There we go. We'll go here. Dechiwa. I guess Dechi is how they say chirp in Japanese. I never actually thought about it till just now. Shinmeru. Please kill that on, please kill that on. Good job, Beni-Enma. Alright, if I get a good card placement, I think I can potentially end this. It's not bad. Let me heal up Rice Man. Rice-a-roni. Okay, ditch. Injaku. Juhang. Yeah, that hand got fucking eviscerated. And there goes Ibaraki. I don't even know if I needed to do that. That was just kind of fronting and stunning on him for a bit. Thank you for getting me bond up for Ibaraki and nobody, not Ibaraki, for Beni-Enma and no one else. So Rashomon turned back into the Enmatai? So it would seem. Thank you all so much for your help. I was planning to handle this on my own, but your assistance was invaluable. Chirp chirp, thank you. No problem, I'm just glad you're okay, madam. Now the cafeteria should be back to its old self. But I do have to ask you, Ibaraki Doji, why'd you embarrass yourself like this? Huh, if you think I'm gonna thank you for bound with rope, stopping me, you fought wrong. If anyone's an Oni right here, it's you guys for ganging up for wailing on me like there's no tomorrow. Still, I will apologize for stealing the Enma ledger. It was just on a whim, but I feel bad about it. The Red Lady Oni carries it around with her constantly. Now that I'm back to my senses, I know why that is. One day, I noticed her writing something down in a notebook, while she was studying the expressions on the servants having lunch in the cafeteria. That's right, she's the daughter of the King of Hell, isn't she? So that must be the famous Enma Ledger, the notebook that has records of everyone's lives. I bet she uses it to torture heroic spirits when they fall into hell, so they have no choice but to obey her. This is perfect. I bet it lists Raiko's weaknesses, Kintoki's weakness, maybe even Suna's. By the time these thoughts had crossed my mind, my hands had already made off with the notebook. I've always been great at pickpocketing wallets and such from kimono sleeves, after all. What was I guess never mind. True, I've seen Benny. Oh yeah. So that's why you stole my notebook? Then you made a big mistake in more ways than one. Yes, Papa Enma's ledger does contain every deed every person on Earth has ever done. But while my notebook might be from hell, it's also just an ordinary notebook that you can find anywhere. The type that even an apprentice prostitute who can't yet read or write might have. It's not the real deal. Well, I suppose it does technically have a section for sins, even if it's not the way you thought. Anyway, your misusing of my notebook for your own ends is clearly what led to last night's food poisoning incident, as well as your rampage just now. Yeah, I know that now. After I stole your notebook, I transformed into you and snuck into the kitchen to make a bunch of things from what was written in it. But when I got back to my room and ate them, my heart started beating erratically, my gut started wrenching, and blood came pouring out my nose. And if all that weren't bad enough, you guys came here and ganged up on me. Well, no more. I'm done with this crap. Here, you can have your stupid notebook back. Some sorry excuse for treasure it turned out to be. How'd you do that while bound in rope? Huh? When did you undo your ropes? Thank you, dear moon. What are you, stupid? How many times do you think you bastards have captured me before? I can practically undo ropes like this in my sleep now. Mwahaha. See you, Western swordsman. See you, gullible master. Well, also, you guys didn't beat me at all. I only lost to the Oni's sinful secret arts reed snacks. And to Fujiwara no Hidesato there, basically I got nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, even from freaking Raiko's scared of Mr. Rice Guy, so you can't blame me for not sticking around. Wait, she is? Damn, she said my true name before I could stop her. Trust an Oni to get a parting shot of your weak spot. Then does that mean that you are really Lord Tawarotota? Yes, that's me. I'd heard you'd held me in a fairly high regard. So I've been avoiding you to make sure I didn't end up sullying your impressions of me. But when Lord McCool told me that what had happened, I was so overcome with the urge to help that I couldn't resist. I hope you can forgive me for sticking my nose in Lady Beni-Enma. Wait, what? I hope you can stick my nose in Lady Beni-Enma. I never meant to dishonor you. Don't be ridiculous, Chirp. You've honored me more than I can say. I'm the one who should be apologizing. Not only did my carelessness end up making trouble for everyone at Chaldea, but now I've gone and made you dirty your hands too. I can't thank you all enough. Haha, not at all, Benny. We're the ones who are grateful. After all, we wouldn't be eating nearly as well if it wasn't for you. Frankly, I don't think this comes close to paying back the debt we owe you. I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks so. Indeed, I'm especially fond of the way you always manage to cook salmon just right. I hope you'll be willing to teach me the trick sometime. I'm especially fond of your shishi snooky nicky. What's it called? There's just something about it that inspires me to fight. It would be absolutely make my day if you were to add it to the standard menu. Your cooking is always a highlight of the day for me too. Everyone's hungry. Oops, my apologies for the stomach growls. We've been in Master's room since the morning, you see. It seems we're in quite a pickle now. Ibaraki Doji was such a fearsome opponent that we can hardly raise a hand. I think we need a delicious and nutritious meal on the double. Wouldn't you all agree? Oh yeah, I still haven't had breakfast. Well, in that case, I guess I'd better get cooking. Treating you all to a proper feast is the least I can do. Thank you all again for being so considerate of me. I really, really appreciate it. As a proprietress, I feel blessed again getting to spend each day with customers as wonderful as all of you. No. It's not over. Oh, what's the matter, Baraki? Why the long face? All this peace and quiet boring you out of your skull? Oh, hi, Shuden. It's nothing really. At least I don't think it is. I just feel like I've seen something I shouldn't, is all. You know the little sparrow Oni? The one they say came from hell? I gotta look at the notebook she's always carrying around. It was chock full of recipes. Alright, the little shrimp. Well, what's so surprising? Anyone who's good at cooking probably's got a notebook like that. But it wasn't just recipes. She'd also written down how different people reacted to given recipes and things she could do to improve the next time. Her handwriting was horrible, but she still wrote down a ton of crazy detailed notes. It's almost scary how closely she'd had to been watching to notice some of the things that she did. Anyway, I finally realized why she goes to all that trouble. It's because she doesn't have a tongue. Well, she might still have some sense of taste since I think only half of it got cut off. Then again, she might have lost it entirely. Either way, the fact that her cooking is still so good is amazing. I mean, it's gotta be just as hard as a blind guy painting a colorful masterpiece. When I think about how hard she must have trained to get as good as she is, well, it freaked me out. And then it kind of made me, sad. I'm not really sure what it was I felt. But I think the idea of working yourself to the bone to learn to do something you can't, smiling even when you feel like you're about to collapse. Well, it kind of feels like something I used to do way back when I was alive. Bonk. What a silly little thing to say. You've always been a free-spirited Oni leader. You'd go around fighting Kyoto's guards, taking whatever you wanted, eating whoever got in your way. You were an Oni's Oni, through and through. Hell, you were practically the definition of one. There's nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with that at all. In fact, that's the Ibaraki I like best. That's the Ibaraki I've always enjoyed being around. Really, isn't that why you left the mansion to begin with? Because you wanted to have fun instead of working hard? Yeah, you're right. When my mom sent me out into the world, she demanded I be as proud as I could to be an Oni. Man, I can't believe an Oni of my caliber let myself get swept up in some stupid sentiment. I knew I could count on you, Shuden. One of these days I'm going to learn how to be as light on my feet as you are. My, I never would have thought Ibaraki and the little Oni would have so much in common. If Suna or the like were to show up now, I might just push her over the edge. This sucks. I usually love me some gloom and doom, but not when it comes to Ibaraki. Now it's over. And that's it for the Beni-Enma. Okay, that ended up taking a little bit more than 30 minutes. But that's alright. Thank you very much for watching the video, everyone. I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever it may be. Maybe another interlude, maybe something else, who knows. Till next time, you guys have a good day. Peace out. Bye-bye.